All right. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, everybody. Happy Pride Month. We are going to be playing some Cloud today, like we talked about last week. Had a nice, fun time exploring Quintorius, and seemed like a very powerful deck, and we'll be back and forth. But I didn't want to, time to cast aside the old toys for the shiny new thing. I think Cloud's still very good. Like I mentioned, when I went to Cool Stuff Con, a buddy of mine, Kitty, you gotta save it for after the intro. A buddy of mine borrowed my Cloud deck and top aided the event. Still think the deck is just very good right now. I think it has a good matchup against 2099, which I think is kind of a little hard to come by nowadays. So now that there's no Cool Stuff Con, whatever paper event to prep for, we're gonna bounce around, play some Cloud, play some Quintorius, kind of do whatever we want. So this is the list that he played at Cool Stuff Con. Is the list that I was playing like pre Secrets of Strixhaven. I cut like one card to add in the Disruptor Flute as like a little bit of a anti Quintorius card. That's also just a card that was always on the fringe of being playable in Cloud as it is. Just a pretty reasonable card nowadays. We talked about other things a lot, pre-Secrets of Strixhaven. It's probably not a Hand of Vecna meta unless you're playing in paper and you expect a lot more like Lumra, but Lumra is kind of non-existent online, stuff like that. Hand of Vecna could probably be cut for something else, but we're just going to send it with the exact same list that I sent him on. What's up, Blinky Mans? How's it going? No, we're not playing Quintorius Control. We are playing Cloud. There we go. Enough, kitty. I swear to God, I was in here. I'm like 15 minutes late because I got home a little bit late and I had some people getting a bunch of cardboard boxes out of my garage finally from the move. So everything was like delayed like half an hour and I was usually ready on time. But anyway, I was sitting here for like 15 minutes downloading like the latest MTGO patch and like getting my stream up and running and no dog to be seen. And it's literally as soon as I start talking, she just like runs and jumps on the chair. She just has to be in here now. We're playing the strong deck tonight. That's going to be a 5-0. What do you have against Quintorius, Blinky Mans? I think Quintorius is really good. I think Aggie, I assume he'll be in chat at some point today if he's not busy. Aggie will talk about his experience. He top forward the event somewhere, was it like Michigan, I think? Where he top forward the dual commander event with Quintorius. Hey, Punishing Waterfalls, thanks for the raid. Much appreciated. Hope your stream went well. Punishing Waterfalls known legacy creator, for those of you that aren't aware. Go ahead and drop them a follow. Although we just started our stream, so there probably aren't that many people in chat besides the raiders. Quinn ain't bad, but I think we have to agree Cloud's but if we're like putting decks on a tier list, sure, yeah, I think I would probably put Cloud above Quintorius, but I guess we are running out of time for the excuse that like the Quint deck is new, but I still think that it does have some amount of truth to it, that the Cloud list is more solved than a Quintorius list. But I think I would agree. I think I would put Cloud like solidly tier 1 as like top 3 decks in the format. Maybe top 4. And then Quint is probably like the tier below that. We are in fact clouding today. If the dual commander gods are kind of just and we actually get matches, would be nice. Kitty, enough. I do very much miss playing Cloud. Playing Quintorius was really fun. It was I got to like develop a lot of skills that I had never really I've talked about it a lot when I was playing Quintorius and stuff, but like developing the skills of playing control mirrors, even though Quintorius is not a traditional control deck in terms of like blue mirrors, I had never really played a lot of draw go mirrors where you're just like neither player really like casts a spell for the first 5 turns of the game or whatever. It was a cool experience. But I gotta go back to my roots, my D&T roots. Cloud's just really good, really consistent, cheap tutors, really high card quality. You missed playing with Cloud, and I miss play with Cloud. I'll probably misplay with Cloud too. I haven't. It's been like 2 months probably. When did Strixhaven come out? Late April, early May. Probably been about 2 months. I got some like D&T muscle memory. I probably got some Cloud muscle memory too. I haven't been following the spoiler state super closely. Is there anything been anything cool for Duel Commander? Ding dong! I almost played Cloud for the Michigan tournament. We had 26. Nice. That's like it's very close to the like exact number that we had in Cool Stuff Gone too. I heard that you got the top four chopped, and you made it with Quint. Congrats. Please get paired against Lier. I need to improve my plays there. I haven't seen Lier online in months. I don't know where that one Lier player is. I see him in trial lists sometimes. I haven't seen Lier online once. Yeah, exactly. I haven't seen a lot of combo online besides just like Reanimator. I really don't understand. Like, people play like kind of slow click intensive combos online in other formats all the time, but then I always see the argument that like, oh, it's not fun to play it online. Like, that's never stopped people from playing like Amulet Titan in Modern or whatever. Like, people are like, oh, Emry has an online nerf because like the Paradox Engine combo is just gonna like take a million years. It's just like, it really doesn't. As someone who's like played Bomberman for a really long time, it's really easy to like click through the combos. And B, like that's not a real thing that people factor in when they're trying to play for keeps on MTGO. And maybe it's just because like Duel Commander doesn't have the same presence of like competitiveness because it doesn't really have like the big events to play towards. But like if you want to test your decks for playing in paper Duel Commander events, I would like play Lumra and play Emry or whatever. Have you considered that? I can't read that. The French love something about tempo. The French love playing tempo. Something something. Everybody loves playing tempo. It's the fucking agency deck. Magic players are addicted to agency. Ooh, got a match. Nice. I'm wrong. Damn. I tried my best. This game doesn't seem that great. I swear to God, every time I try to predict what the Aminato player is playing between the two versions, I get it wrong. It was like Reanimator for a really long time when I was first getting in, and then everyone started playing Control, and then the Control deck just died, and I saw a bunch of Reanimator players. And I would like almost keep this hand if I like could guarantee that they were on Reanimator. But it's the Mulligan button's really good. All right, well, Mulligan button's only good sometimes, huh? Opponents on 7. If they're on Reanimator, Sanctifier is on turn 2 on the play is very good. It's Reanimator for sure. I feel like I recognize this name too, which makes me think Reanimator. Am I more likely to win on 5? Probably, honestly. You know he's a Cloud for Sash. Well, this hand fucking sucks. Jesus. Keep bottom land, I guess. I guess all suit for Archon. Yeah, what could go wrong? Fucking locked and loaded. Stoneforge Mystic into Meteor Sword. Wow, I don't know why I didn't think of these plays. Then we masterwork the Meteor Sword to blow up 2 of their lands. Oh god, I gotta like reorient my brain. There's like no reason that I guess the reason to play Stoneforge over Cloud is that we could hold up the ability to instant speed in a Lion Sash for however much or little that's worth. Alternatively, playing Cloud means that we also continue to have a white card for the Solitude. Um, Cloud is better at being a threat in play. Do I just assume? Do I just grab Sash? I guess it's probably fine to assume that they're reanimating and grab Sash. If we see something that screens control, we can always Stoneforge for Skull Clamp or something later. I had the thought actually. I was playing when I was playing like D&T, like a week ago or so. About I was like, what if we played Master of Ingenuity instead of like the second formal wear? And then I thought about it a little bit more. And I'm like, I'm way too cloud pilled. There's just no way. Not allowed to register that card in your legacy deck. Well, fuck me, I guess. Hopefully this isn't like the best flash card. What is the best flash card out of a Minato? What's the card that's just gonna fuck my shit up the most? I guess maybe let's find out. Maybe they'll just like draw 3 and put the card in the graveyard. Well, that fucks my shit up a lot, but could just exile both my lands, I guess. And it puts it in the graveyard, and then they reanimate and exile my other land, and then I just cry a lot. I don't know. I don't really like this card. One of my gripes of the format, I think. I think this card is a little bit like it's not too broken. The decks that have flash aren't that good. It's an extremely swingy card in a format that generally curates the super swingy cards very well. Like, there's no way to what's my to plan to play around getting flashed from the reanimator deck. Sometimes you just get caught with your pants down. Like we played against Tiamat. I remember this match so long ago, playing against Tiamat like months and months ago on stream, where they just like turn 1 mana tithe my Thalia that I boarded into, turn 2 flash and Rector kill you on turn 2. Just like okay, sure. You wanted it more, I guess. I'm only here for the cats. Thanks, Mancork. I think I'm just gonna cast Lion Sash. Is that insane? If I play Stoneforge Mystic, I still have to like rip the land for Sash to be online next turn. They just like 100% are gonna kill my Lion Sash though. Maybe that's stupid. Maybe we just have to play Stoneforge and pray a little bit. We have a new white card to pitch the Solitude. We're getting to the point where like them reanimating Ashen Rider isn't gonna be the end of the world. Only mostly the end of the world. Yeah, if I cast Sash, it's gonna get countered or killed or something. I think we'll play Stoneforge and try to get a little bit lucky, rip a land. I think we're gonna get Formalware here as well. Plays around Thoughtseize effects. Or non-exile removal on the Sash later. Have Mana Tithe. I think we don't have Mana Tithe in the deck. I might be wrong nowadays. Do I play Mana Tithe in Cloud? I don't think I do. Yeah, I actually don't. Maybe that's wrong. I do find Mana Tithe a little bit more awkward in Cloud than Thalia, because Cloud's like tapping out a lot. Oh, my opponent is milled a Magister of Worth. That's not that much different than an Ashen Rider, honestly. The fuck is this? What is happening to me? Oh, sure. Would have been crazy to Solitude the Ashen Rider save 1 land. We couldn't. The Flash kills it before the effect is finished resolving. Alright, that's like pretty beatable. I'm gonna put Cloud back in the command zone. because Stoneforge is just a cloud. If I want to formal it back. Straw land, please. Nice. We in it. This thing's just a Wrath, right? I have to read this card literally every time I ever see it in a graveyard or in play. It's just a Wrath, yeah. Kill Sash? Nope. Play a Minato. Sure. Shuffle away one card. Gonna kill my Lion Sash. Dismember. Oh, Bitter Triumph, sure. We'll eat the Ashen Rider. Seems a little scarier than the Magister of Worth. Draw another land. That'd be pretty sick. Damn. 3 cards in hand. I don't want to like play a bunch of shit onto the board, I don't think. Because they can reanimate the Magister and kill it all, so I can't like Duke plus Draenith Magistrate. I think I'm just gonna Formal War back Sash. Maybe we actually Formal War back Mystic. Gets the Formal War into play for the Masterwork on Sash, and the Stoneforge Mystic is more value. Is Cloud as a deck more or less queer-coded than Quintorius? I think more canonically, but less if you take into account fan... Oh, man. The fan interpretations of Quintorius. But yeah, Cloud canonically does cross-dress. And Aerith is into it. That was what inspired my Blue Sky post about going live, was Happy Pride Month. We're playing Cloud. Very straight cis male character. Don't think about it. Quintus, yeah. See, this is we're getting into the fan, specifically Aishinas's fan art. Oh, that's my opponent is milled. Wait, oh, they put that one back. Okay, fair enough. Are we just gonna like die? I guess they just steal a land, right? If they're demonic tutoring or reanimate on Agent of Treachery. Just take one of my lands, which is annoying. I'm probably gonna lose after being stone rained 3 times. But we can like kill it. I guess we don't. Oh no, we do need to kill it because they can flicker. I guess we played Draenith Magistrate over the Duke, I think. I could like try to get greedy and wait for them to minus and see if I can blow them out with a Solitude, but that feels like it's just gonna play into a counter and I'm gonna lose. I mean, I'm gonna lose anyway, but. I'm just gonna cast a giant thing. 7 mana? Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. We don't have to play. We don't have to keep playing. We mulled to 5 and then got turn 2 flashed and stone range twice and then still had like put up a reasonable fight. I think that's satisfactory enough. Jesus Christ. My hands have been so bad. What is okay, this hand at least has okay, this hand does have a white source. It cannot cast Cloud, it can cast Disruptor Flute. We have to keep this hand. This hand's not super good, but you know, it's a white source away from being good. And we have like shit to do in the interim here. Can't cast this on Nice. Well, I have good news, and it's that we can just put this one to the bottom. I think it's actually correct. Joltedwick's good with Bodyguard, good with like a dead Cloud or a dead Sash. So I think we do just bottom the Nice. Go get him, Skrelv. Yeah, I think we just cast that. Maybe they don't fetch. Damn, we tried. Why? I kind of want to attack, honestly. I don't know. Is that crazy? In what world are they killing my Tithe Taker over my Skrill? I guess in a world that they have, like, a 1-mana counter that they didn't want to counter Tithe Taker with. What am I playing around if I attack here? I think I'd rather have this keep the Skrull Variety than the Tithe Taker in terms of, like, if they have a plow or something to kill the Tithe Taker. The Skrull still protects the Cloud, which, you know, is protecting the Lion Sash down the road. I'm gonna attack. Maybe I'm crazy. I just don't think this thing is like good enough to warrant protecting, rather than just being like a decently disruptive and efficient body to cast here. I knew this. I literally almost said Psychic Frog when I was like, I'm gonna bottom my one removal spell, and then we're gonna get turn 2 Psychic Frog to die. But at least we couldn't cast the Haunted Ice anyway. I don't know why we're sorcerer speeding this, but okay. Oh, because the Tithe Taker. Never mind. Fair enough. Fuck. I really want to Disruptor Flute this Psychic Frog so it can't discard more things. But that means that we use up our white source and we can't get Cloud for the Lion Sash. Notably, they don't have a giant creature readily available, or else they would have discarded it here, almost certainly. So I think I'm fine just Flute plus Bodyguard. Flute, Frog plus Bodyguard. How illegal is it to skip land drop? I think it's pretty illegal. Like, we are just gonna die to this fucking Psychic Frog. I honestly would probably just stack block it with a Bodyguard Tithe Taker. We have, like, the Jolted Awake back up. We'll definitely find a white source. Trust. They attack. I'm probably just double blocking. Uh... could like save this and then chump block. This may be honestly fine. This is knowing that the scroll doesn't help me beat the Psychic Frog on board. Because it can't block and doesn't have actual like mom text. I don't feel as safe double blocking without the Skrelv up as well. And if we like double block, if we like just save this and then we block, we get the token which can block again, and we can Jolted Awake back the Tithe Taker. Pro black. There's no point in protecting this, I think. I just like lose 2 life, and then it plays around like sorcery speed black removal, which I can't even think of a card that would be. Definitely don't want them drawing cards here. See, we found the land. I knew it was right there. Oh, Christ. I really want to just... I think we just Skull Clamp here. I think I just need to draw 4 cards. I think I also leave Cloud in the graveyard for the Jolted Awake. Jolted Awake, Sash, we'll find a white source. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave him in the graveyard. Maybe this is crazy. Oh, we got some backups now. Cool. Life sucks if we don't try. Yeah, I think we just need to like restock with Cloud. They were down 2 like premium removal spells there. Now we can try to Jolted Awake Cloud, cast Sash. And if they have like a counter for the Jolted Awake, we have Extraction Specialist to get back Cloud as well. Falaji. Milled, no relevant things. Cool, cool. I love that for me. They do get a Force Spike, notably. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That does not stop my Lion Sash line, also notably. I will block again. I almost just want to Clamp Cloud again, but I want something to chump off this Psychic Frog. I feel pretty safe here. There's no creatures in their yard, right? So I don't have to eat this Unburial Rites right now. I'm a little bit worried about maintaining a board presence. Yeah, it's fine. Discard spell versus onboard Skull Clamp Cloud seems pretty easy. I almost wonder if this is a worse take than the Specialist, because the Specialist lets me Clamp Cloud again. I guess this is kind of nuts with the Flicker Wisp, and nuts with like Cloud Formal Wear, get Masterwork, get back a bunch of shit. Sure. I think if they attack, I might let them have a card this time. Just so I can pressure down the Minato. And also, I give them one card, I get 4 cards. Seems like a pretty good deal for me. Oh, I could also just Egandra the Psychic Frog, actually. I didn't think about that. Damn. I guess they did think about it. Alright. I think drawing 4 cards is pretty good here. Generally speaking, I think that's a good line. Winter Moon, big. On Thin Ice, big. Just start casting spells, I guess. I think I'm just gonna tap a bunch of my sources. I don't really care that much. I kind of just want to get stuff into play to pressure this Minato. I don't really care if I'm not untapping that many cards. Yeah, like they're under the thumb of my Winter Moon, even though I also am. Wow, that's really. Oh, okay, never mind. They said that. I keep doing that. Wow, that's so lucky against the card that puts cards on the top of the deck. But it's just a 4/4, so it's not a huge deal. Should start flickering their Philology, right? Yeah. Oh, they still have that Force Spike in hand, right? I know that. Nice Mills. Get a Profane Tutor, I guess. Their hand is Profane Tutor, Force Spike. Good to know. I guess I don't need to eat anything right now, because it won't untap. Send both of these at a Minato and just a Ganjo the Metamorphosis Fanatic. Alright, so I let the damage happen first. The first strike damage happen first, so I gain life. And then we kill this. And then I think we just let this bounce off. It's kind of sucks that I let them flicker it again, but I don't want to tap out here. They could like untap, flicker the Philology, and then cast a reanimation spell. We start getting like 2 cats here. They'll be able to like Profane Tutor here in a few turns for like a Wrath of the Skies, which isn't great. It also gets them it blows up like my entire board and gets them their frog back. So I should maybe start to be worried about that. I guess I just start drawing a million cards with Skull Clamp, and then if they Wrath me, we're still just miles ahead. They Brainstorm, Profane Tutor, Force Spike in hand. Yep, there's Profane Tutor. Nice tap land. I'm going to eat a thing now, because I'm only untapping colorless sources otherwise. Sweet. I need to play fast. I don't even know what this is getting. Hand of Vecna, I guess, just to fucking kill them? That seems pretty decent. Well, now I don't want to skull clamp my cloud, though, although I can't attack. Yeah, whatever. Just kind of want to find an Armageddon, I think, more than anything. Yeah, this is fine. Did I play a line? Yeah, I did. Sure. I guess I could be Dust Bowling them now, huh? I maybe should have started doing that like last turn. Dust Bowling their untapped lands. So they can't, Wrath of the Skies me. The hell is this? Are you gonna Shauna's Tidebinder me? That would be crazy. Okay, yeah, sure. Long goodbye on Lion Sash. I guess this seems fine. Oh wait, hang on. Combo. I really want to just kill them. What am I doing here? That's probably lethal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, okay, cool. There's dead. I mean, I guess they do have 3 mana on this Profane Tutor. Maybe I should have played THC instead or something. I'm like, what could they do here though with Profane Tutor and 1 card in hand? If the card in hand is like a land, they can Wrath of the Skies me, but I could still beat that. They could get Deluge. I could still beat that. That's fine. I just want to make sure we don't like die to something. Like they long goodbye the Sash, which made me feel like they're trying to like get me. You know? Yeah, okay, this is fine. They have one card in hand and a Psychic Frog versus my everything. They literally have to chump block here? No, they're just dead, right? We did it! We won game 2. Alright. Yeah. I was more concerned of, like, the fact that they long goodbyed the sash made me feel like they were gonna try to, like, kill me or something. Or, like, do some, like, reanimate some crazy bullshit that I couldn't even fathom. But it felt like really hard pressed for them to do that. Cloud Skull Clamp. Pretty good, as it turns out. Those super attrition resource wars. You just get to draw 12 cards. We drew 12, right? Yeah, we played Cloud, Skull Clamp, and then we Jolted Awake, Skull Clamp, and then we Extraction Specialist, Skull Clamp. I should have been, I kind of forgot that I had Dust Bowl in play with the tandem with the Winter Moon. I should have just been blowing up, like, all their lands. There's probably a position I could have navigated towards that ended up with them having only the 2 basics, and every time they untapped their 1 non-basic, I would just shoot it in their upkeep, and they could have never cast the Wrath of the Skies for 2. Kitty, get out of here. Leave. Be gone. Stop looking at me and flicking your tail like you're annoyed. Be gone. Get out of here. Alright, maybe we'll have, like, a keepable 7. What did we keep on 6 here? It was, like, the really awkward hand. We have, like, not had a super solid hand so far. We had, like, the really awkward hand that couldn't cast Cloud. I hate everything. I'm so mad. Worst mana base in the world. This technically can cast Cloud on turn 3, which I think is kind of fine. Skrell, Felia, Cloud is still pretty decent curve. Also, we could just, draw any number of better cards to cast in the interim. Draw the White Source for turn 2 Cloud. Or whatever. Can you counter this? Sure. No, just response Brainstorm. Sure. This does not feel like the correct timing on this Brainstorm, but who am I to judge? I'm not a Brainstorm caster by any stretch of the imagination. Turn 2 Flash. Alright, well, we'll hold up Felia. Flash. Malcolm. I do hate this card. This card, like, just always gets me. And we also can't light arms it. Perfect mana base. Everything's fine. gonna get like Malcolm into reanimation and die horribly. We still could win, depending on what the reanimation thing is. If they even have one. Because we could like recruit Solitude, attack with Felia, Flicker Recruiter. Alright, they don't have one. Great news for me. No third land either. Huge news for me. Alright. What's the play here now? Like, I want to recruit her so I can start getting Felia value. None of my other plays are really that live anyway, because I can't double removal spell this if in terms of like if they have a counterspell for Recruiter the Guard. They would also have a counterspell for like a March of Otherworldly Light. I mean, I guess we could also just like slam the GTA. This feels kind of crazy greedy. It does notably burn our Solitude, which could be used to answer a bigger threat down the road. I want to go with the plan that is most likely to get this Malcolm off the board. We have 5 minutes, which is probably enough time. Most likely to get the Malcolm off the board is March, I think. But I've also changed my mind and I want to do this. Yeah. Okay, none of my plans work good against that, huh? Take the verse counter off of Malcolm. Got him. Reanimator deck didn't have a worse card to discard than Duress. Yeah, I don't know what the other cards are that aren't lands. And just reanimation spells without giant creatures to put in. We can look at the Malcolm at least for value. Sure. Discard the removal spells a little bit concerning. Thoughtseize. Honestly, honestly a little bit obnoxious, but not the end of the world because we do have GT still if they take the March, or March if they take the GT. Yep. Profane Tutor exiled, huh? Concerning, but okay. Alright, well, we can't... I mean, we could just ignore the Malcolm again, but that seems a little bit ill-advised. If I play the Cloud, I could have 3 mana here, potentially. Doesn't really do anything for me besides draw a million cards on Skull Clamp. Which is pretty good, notably. Could start Dust Bowling them too, honestly. Shortly. I just need to take my game actions. We have plenty of time to kill them. I'm not that worried about clock, but I don't know what the right play there was, honestly. The hell is this? Does Wrath for 2? Sack Crystal Vein to Talongate's Felia actually seems kind of good here. They have 2 cards left in hand. The Profane Tutor is coming off of Suspend here, though, and I'll only have... They have nothing, though. I think I will. It's maybe crazy. Yeah, we just, like... I guess we can't draw 4 if we want to flicker the cloud, though. So maybe this play wasn't that good. Almost just want to... Oh, Ranger Captain's insane here. Never mind. Sorry, Cloud. Ranger Captain counters the Profane Tutor. I don't think that's really good enough. Although, maybe. I think this is better than Cloud still. Just deals a bunch of damage. I'll flicker it off. I already got the buff. It de-equips, but it makes Philly a bigger next turn, if that matters. Tidebinder, the flicker? Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Horrible news for me. Notably, depending on what they get, Cloud, we still have Cloud Skateboard lethals. If they find Archon, I want to put the Archon in hand because I want to stop them from gaining life here. Yeah, we put the Archon in their hand because we can beat Magister of Worth. With Cloud Skateboard. Do they hit? No shot, dude! No way! Unbelievable! What the I get no, it kills it. The other thing, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It kills the Metamorphosis Fanatic. Actually, never mind, never mind. We're fine, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine. Everything's fine. But it is 2 mana, so they might have interaction here now. Is there ever point in Hand of Vecning here? I have no idea. Maybe 2 damage is dumb, but Yeah, because they hit the fucking Metamorphosis Fanatic, they had the Mana have Sudden Edict open. And now they get to, like, Unburial Rights the Fanatic for lifelinking 4/4 blocker. Although we can we can actually attack through the lifelink, right? Oh no, they just flicker the Magister Forth. But then if I draw, oh no, they're at 7 now. I did this in. Oh, I'm gonna attack them, and then they're gonna block, and then they're gonna Unburial Rights Metamorphosis Fanatic and get back the Magister Worth, and do it again. And then we lose. Yeah, I'm gonna time out. But I think I do still have lethal there, right? But they might have something. Oh, they had something. Okay, thank you for. Yeah, okay, we were still not winning then. I'm happy that they revealed the Mana Tithe, in which case I still lose this game, but. Yeah, I mean, they flickered the Tundra. The fucking Metamorphosis Fanatic was so nasty, man. We actually had, like, completely had that one dead to rights, and just Miracle Metamorphosis Fanatic for no reason. And then the fact that it was also Metamorphosis Fanatic instead of just like, oh, I top decked a 2 mana removal spell, I don't need to cast my own Burial Rights, I can leave up Sudden Edict, meaning that they could then bring back the Metamorphosis Fanatic again. Ugh. That was pretty obnoxious. Alright, this hand's very good against Raphilos. Why did I cut their deck right to the Fanatic? Clearly they stacked it. Like, come on. They cast the Intuition, just happened to draw it. What are the odds? Alright, well, I was gonna kill their thing, but I can't kill a Utopia Sprawl, so I guess it gets to live. Which is really annoying, because it means I don't get to cast Cloud on turn 2, ever. Or, like, I was gonna, like, cast Removal Spell on 1 into, like, Duke plus Removal Spell on 2 or something. Every time I open a Duel Commander Stream, I have to read a new card. The Duke's sweet! It's like the 75th Mother of Runes printing. Yeah, now I have to waste my fucking whole turn doing this shit. Killing this Raphilos. Woe is me, my opponent mulled to 5, and I have to cast a removal spell on their creature instead of casting my things. How unlucky. They'll just like play land Raphaelis again, and then we're gonna kill it again and play Cloud for GT, and the game's gonna be over. They mulled to 4? I thought they mulled to 5. Jesus. Oh my, wow. What does this do? It's got Death Touch. It's a 4/4. Mill 7 cards, then put a creature into play for 5 mana? I suppose I should probably kill this just in case they have, like, City of Traders or something, huh? This Maze of It is kind of obnoxious. Although I could, like, tax it at some point at least. You're worried about... I guess I'm not that worried about it, but, like, if I when I kill this, and then they're gonna, like, replay Rofellos, and I'm gonna have a GTA in hand that can't connect through the Maze of It, what's my plan after that? Oh, wait. My plan is the Duke on my Maze of Ith targeted creature. Never mind. I'm stupid. I forgot how my cards work. The Duke isn't just a 1/2. So deck's probably free as hell, right? 75th mom having... Oh, yeah. I guess it is literally free because nothing happens. Yeah, people talk about playing the dog instead. Loyal... I don't know. What's the dog that like sacks to give indestructible? I found Hexproof mostly more... a better keyword than indestructible. No, my Jite! What the fuck? I guess I'll just have to cast all my other spells instead. I mean, I guess it's probably Anointed Peacekeeper on Insidious. Selfless Savior, yeah, that one. I could like force them to hold up 4 mana constantly. That seems pretty decent. Surely they'll kill the Esper Sentinel. It's either this or just name like Raphellos. But I think I'm fine with naming Insidious Fungus. Holding up 4 mana is a lot. What are you doing here? Are you attempting to activate your Insidious Fungus? Are you going to Beseiju my On Thin Ice? No. Okay, cool. I guess maybe I'm not supposed to F6 when I have a Hexproof guy in play. Yeah, you're not allowed to cast a card unless it costs 1 mana here. Or you instantly lose the game. That one seems pretty strong. How do we feel about this one, huh? Oh, it does give them a 4/4 back. I didn't think about that. Yeah, it's probably fine. Oh, nice. They're just getting the 4/4 back anyway. We just killed the Insidious Fungus for free. Do you think they can win with no cards in hand and a 4/4? Do you think they can win with nothing in play and no cards in hand? Who do you think is favored here, chat? Dang. This hand seems a little dicey, huh? On the draw against a Raphello 7 with no removal spells. You don't really need the GTA in hand because you can't get it online until turn 4 without one of the fast mana cards anyway. I think we just ship it. This hand seems okay, not great. Ship the Shining Shoal. I do love it when they don't have a turn 1 mana dork. Next turn we can, like, Cloud into March the Rafello, Cloud GTA March the Rafellos. We unfortunately don't have the turn 3 GTA rolled up, because we didn't have, like, another creature to tap to the drum, but it'll probably be good enough. Flute? Yeah, that's fine. His name Cloud, right? You gonna soul read me? And name all the cards in my hand that are much worse than just naming Cloud? I was really hoping for a land there. Although, no, we couldn't set up the GTA stuff anyway. What is the play here, huh? This Burn and Fortune is the perfect pitch card for my March of Otherworldly Light. Unless I wanted to cast it this turn in order to just have a Mana Dork for the Springleaf Drum and use my 2-drops for other things. I could also, like, Glimmer Lens into Forge Tender to start trying to draw cards off Glimmer Lens. Wait, maybe that's actually the play, huh? Yeah, I think that genuinely might be the play. I think the Thalia Heretic Thar is not very good if I do end up wanting a pitch card for the Rafellos. Or the pitch card for the March. The fungus is back. This damn fungus. Do I want to march the fungus? Just keep my Forge Tender alive? The fungus is kind of annoying. I kind of just want to march this Rafellos, though, still. I don't really have a solid answer to it. Or even march the Disruptor Flute. I think I just turned my Burned and Forge Tender into a card. I want to hit more land drops. I guess we could always think about pitching after we draw a card, too, depending on what we hit. We could just march the Flute and play Cloud, but, like, playing Cloud isn't that good into the fungus anyway. What happens if I, like, Cloud for GTA and then they just go, like, land drop or Phyllis with 2 mana up? Then I'm just kind of still fucked. The fact that the Cloud is double checked, kind of, so I'm not as keen on firing it off. If we had drawn 4th land, maybe, too, and we could, like, march this, play Cloud, get Clamp... Oh, that would cost 5 mana, never mind. If we could have, like, a Clamp turn and think about it more. I think I'm gonna just draw a card. There's my land, which is really nice. Now I have to think about if I want to march this. I could, like, march the fungus, play land... No, then I can't play my 2-drops. No, I don't want to march this. Unfortunate's bad. Cool, they just don't block. Is THC better than Voice of Victory? They attack for the same. THC could be good against, like, some number of flex lands. I can't imagine they have very many. Getting Sigarda's Aid in play isn't bad, though. I could play Voice plus Sigarda's Aid to have some, like, extra tricks. Yeah, I think I'd want to play the Voice and the Aid. There might be a window with this, if this Insidious Fungus is shields down that I can... Like, if my opponent does not have a land or something here and just plays Rafellos and doesn't hold up the fungus this turn, something like that, then we could potentially march the Flute, play Cloud, play GTA, equip it, get him. But realistically, I'm probably just marching Rofellos. Would I untap or... Kitty, cut it out. Would I untap or would I just fire it off here? Just draw 2 cards blindly. Wood Elves. Sure. It feels like they're just going to hold up 2 mana here. Oh, we're tapping out. Lovely. So now they just get super fucked, right? March, the Flute, pitching Thalia, untap, play Cloud, play GTA, equip to anything, attack, wrath their board. I guess I can't wrath their board. I just have to lose the GTA to the Fungus and also kill the Rofellos, which is still probably fine. Yeah, there's nothing really better. I mean, I could try to make an argument for a Skull Clamp here, but probably not. We'll draw a 1 mana removal spell. It'd be pretty nice. That's probably not very good. Fascinating choice of blocks. That block seems completely heinous. Brave choice of block, opponent. I don't know why they did that. They didn't know you were gonna GTA them with the revealed GTA off the cloud. Maybe they just forgot the Sigarda's Aid gave flash, and they were like, "Oh, thank God, they didn't have the mana to equip the GTA that turn." But then, like, why would you ever put the Wood Elves in front of the 1/1? Like, the 1/1's gonna die at end of turn. Just block the 2/2 if you want to gain 1 life, right? Or if you want to gain a very tiny amount of life with your Wood Elves. Ooh, cast Rofellos again into the onboard GTA. Let's see it. Maybe Green Sun for like a Rex Sage effect on the GTA instead? Maybe? Maybe not. Collective Resistance. I don't know what this one does, but it looked like it was Force of Vigor. Oh, Artifact and Enchantment specifically. It's Wear Tear. Sure. Yeah, why not? And then just in case, we'll sack the Ranger Captain. You never know. Do we still have lethal if they block my biggest thing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Just in case. And before Hornet Queen. Okay, they died. I think we could lethal through Hornet Queen, right? No, because we sacked the Ranger Captain, we actually can't lethal through Hornet Queen. Because the mom could get through a bunch of green blockers, but we would need 5 power, and like play Formal Wear plus equip to a creature would only be 4 power. Alright, well, this was pretty good. Still reeling from that fucking the Fnatic top deck. That was brutal. We had everything so lined up, and then we just got fucked by lifelink. The fucking lifelink reanimator that get the reanimation spell that also lets you reanimate a bunch of more shit later. That was awful. That was so bad. Giddy, I'm gonna lock you out. You're being kicked out. Come on. Bump the mic. My bad. Get. Ugh. It does feel pretty good to be back in the Cloud saddle. I do really enjoy how the games play out with Cloud. Just a really fun deck. The deck is just like so consistent. It's just like no matter what your opening hand is, it's so easy to be like, all right, this is my game plan. We're gonna enact. We're gonna do this. It's like there are so many decks in this format, and just like the world of singleton cards, of just like, I mean, I'm gonna keep this hand, but kind of hope like if they have a fast one, kind of need like a Wrath of God or whatever when you're playing Quint against the creature deck or. But Cloud's just like, all right, well, I need a removal spell. I'm gonna go grab a cheat day. Oh, I need more board presence. Let's grab 4 more. Oh, I need to draw a bunch of cards. Let's just get Skull Clamp. That sort of thing. It just is like having a cheap tutor in the command zone is just like so good for your deck's consistency. You like in the Rofellos matchup, you literally just ship the hands that like don't go with. You have the game plan of like, okay, I need to bridge the gap between turn 1 and connecting with Cloud holding a GT. How do I do that? I would just want like 1 or 2 cheap removal spells in the opener, and you can just kind of ship hands that don't do that. Let's look at some Marvel cards while we're sitting here waiting between rounds, huh? I've not. I looked at some. I was looking at one for. Are they? They're probably on Scryfall by now. I saw one for like for D&T specifically, but I haven't really looking through the lens of Duel Commander very much. These cards are cool. It gave me pause, these lands. It's just like the more the time passes, the better and better the mana of like 2 to 3 color decks. I think these lands specifically for 2 color decks mostly. Just like 2 color deck 2 color mana base are just gonna be so ridiculously consistent as more time goes on, and we just slowly get more really good lands like these. And then they're like not really playable anywhere else outside of standard, or maybe some like weird Eldrazi decks where the colorless pip matters. Like maybe these are better than Pain lands sometimes, but then the basic land caveat is like kind of bad for that. So who knows? But oh, we get a power up. What is the what we are we talking about, Mangork? Are we talking Dual Commander? Are we talking Legacy? I have not seen this card. This is so fucked up. Why isn't this card white? This is like, this is just Blink, right? This card would be so sick in like Felia or something, right? This card's just a Cloud Shift vehicle. Why is this blue? We got there's that one prepare card that's like literally restoration double blue. They are really kind of dipping into blue's ability to flicker stuff, which you know it is like secondary to white and flickering stuff. There's like ghostly flicker flashbacks and stuff like that, but come on. Haven't we taken enough from white? Eldrazi already has but I don't mean like legacy Eldrazi. I mean like the modern like hardened scales plays like brush land sometimes and like uh the brute scale decks sometimes play Grove of the Burn Willow, stuff like that. I don't think Hardened Scales exist anymore. I literally watched Spike play against it this morning, which like doesn't mean that it exists, but like people will register it. Do I just like keep this against Ketramos? Do I just like not respect them at all? Kinda. Hand hits them for a lot on turn 3. This would be it'd be way better if this was like a mom. I don't know what Modern does. Have Scrublands, not Godless Shrines. Yeah, I'm just there are worlds outside of our own. But yeah, I was really excited for Mjolnir for Red White D&T potentially in Legacy. That card seems really powerful. I think I'm just gonna turn 2 Cloud for Skull Clamp. Really excited about TF4 when they're eventually legal. I don't even know what the fuck TF4 is. I'll click on this link to check it later. Oh, the Fantastic Four. This is just like this the 4-color slop card, right? It's not a slop. Tell you want to tell me right now before I look at this deck list that your deck isn't comprised of 80% cards that would fit into like a 4-color Omnath deck. And it's just like 4-color good stuff. And it has like a couple of like quality 4 cards that have 4 toughness or 4 power or cost 4 mana. And that's mostly just going to be like endurance and maybe like a reverent mantra, something that you cast for free that also protects your thing that happens to cost 4 mana. And then it's just like fucking all the best removal spells, all the best counter spells, and Logic Knot. You can play Logic Knot X equals 2 and for 2 mana trigger your thing. I guess we'll find out. I'll wait with bated breath for after this match so I can look at this deck. XJ rant on Staple Slop, but I hate that Staple Slop decks. Staple Slop is a good name for it. There's no real reason for me to be against it. Like it's just a mark of like good deck building, right? You want to put the best cards in your deck. Looks like we're Seam Ripping Cloud. That's fine. I kind of just want to hit him with a hand effect no really hard this turn, low key. Wait, they're Seam Ripping the Esper Sentinel? Fucking deal. This isn't a lethal, right? It's just like pretty close. This is like maybe a disaster. I'm supposed to even like just draw 4 cards instead here. But like, come on. If I hit him for 12, it's like how many cards can they even draw off Ketramos? They're just gonna die. Maybe they have Snuff Out, and that's why they seem ripped with Esper Sentinel. Although there's no real way for me to play around that, huh? Snuff Out or Solitude, yeah. Definitely feels like a free removal spell. Well, it's not a Solitude. Seems like it's a Snuff Out. Or it's nothing. Cool. Opponent regretting their life decisions right now. Fuck all those bozos with Legacy playing Forceful Days Brainstorm. You get it. You get it, Paranormal Activity. Inactivity. You get it. Bolt that sucker in. Damn. Alright, you're dead. GG. You have died. Congratulations. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. The old turn 4. Nice Ketramos deck. Ketramet? That could use some work. Metromos, maybe. Ketramid. Ketrablow. We all work our slander here, chat. This hand seems okay. Protection card into, like, Cloud for something. Clamp. We have Solitude, or we have, like, potential Recruit Solitude to beat, to take the Ketramos off the board. Orzhov Staple Slop, but not the good one. Wait, what is good Orzhov Staple Slop? I also did miss this in playing Quatorius a bunch versus playing Cloud. The fact that you can just like, cast your spells in F6, it's so nice. You're not just like holding up mana every turn constantly. Just tap out, cast a card, say go. Lean back in your chair.
Did you kick her out?
Yeah, she was being really annoying. No, don't let her in.
She's being really annoying outside.
Good. That's where she needs to be.
She'll behave. She promised me.
She's not gonna behave. So let her in. There's a point reward for this. People can donate to let her back in. Alright, Paranormal Inactivity has redeemed to let dog back in. Alright, dog is allowed back in.
Alright, I'm gonna leave her here.
Yeah, you're allowed to leave her here. Chad has demanded it and donated points.
Look at the camera, Kitty. Look, they want you in. Look at the camera. Nope.
You're a star, Kitty. Wife doesn't need to redeem points. She does, actually. She can hang out in chat, but she chooses not to.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't care about magic.
Exactly. Yeah, but you care about letting dog in, and if you had points, you could click the let dog back in channel point reward.
I don't watch your channel enough.
Exactly. See, that's what I'm saying. You don't support my endeavors. If you did, then you could let dog back in.
Or I could just open the door because I live in this house.
What am I doing? Fuck, I don't know. What's happening? We're playing Magic, I think.
Get off my desk.
I don't think I like Ademi that much here. I'm just gonna cast Cloud. I don't really know what I want, though. Did I just put Skull Clamp in my hand? I guess. Skull Clamp will probably be good eventually. Wife cares about T for T, Eldrazi. Are they T for T? Wait, Aishadas, come back. I need your expertise. Are Thought Not Seer and Reality Smasher T for T?
Yes.
Okay. I suppose Skull Clamp goes well with my Ravage as a 4-game plan. It's probably the correct choice. I don't really like getting Formula in this matchup because they have a lot of like the graveyard trinkets, even if they don't have one right now. By the time I want to play it, they might have one. No Ketramos. Gonna kill my Cloud. It's kind of fine. Probably play Peacekeeper. Oh. That's pretty good with my Skull Clamp. I think I'm going to discard a Demi Fire and Ice. I like my Solitude. Noted Peacekeeper's okay. Skull Clamp's great. Yeah, I think I'm going to discard a Demi sort of Fire and Ice. Catch Released. There's nothing that works. I think Metromos is pretty good. Ketramos the New Fraud is my favorite though. The fraud meme that I made. What happens if I draw a million cards here? I go down to 5. I go up to 9. I play land down to 8, and I have 2 mana. Yeah, we're just gonna draw 100 cards here. Play towards getting my opponent. Wait, what the fuck? Why did I think I had 2 mana to cast things? Oh well. That's fine. Yeah, draw 4, discard 1. Still pretty good, huh? I think I'm discarding Flicker Wisp here. Seems like the least likely to be relevant. Genuinely, I'm depending on how this next turn goes, I might just fucking rip an Armageddon. uh, Wisp in the Yard's really fucked up if I end up like Stoneforge for Formal Wear on a turn somewhere. Ketra Fraud in. Ghost Vacuum in. Alright, so much for my Formal War plans. So the problem here is if I Solitude this, then I can just land drop, play Ketros again, and draw another card. I could... You're gonna have to take that one back to the drawing board, Dale. I don't know what you're cooking there. I could just recruit Solitude and not Solitude this thing yet. And just next turn get it in Solitude it. That seems pretty strong, I think. I think I'm gonna phase out my recruiter too. I don't think it's gonna matter, but I don't really want to clamp it yet, but maybe I want to clamp it next turn. I kind of want to Ravages away my bad land. It's gonna look like really suspicious when I do this way, but also I didn't really notice that they had a Flagstones in play. I don't think that super affects my decision. Still gonna be pretty tough for them to rebuild. Ketra Poser. Hmm. Wait, why'd they go my sword with the Ghost Vacuum? What happens if I just had like Formal Wear that turn? Alright, they're gonna draw like multiple cards here, which isn't the best, but I could just like draw more cards probably. And also their Ketchum is gonna cost 5 mana, which is a lot. I don't know why they're not exiling my cards, but okay. Today I witnessed a language barrier so big between two French they couldn't communicate at all. What does that even mean? Was it like a French Canadian and a French person or something? I guess that happens in other languages too. Like if you speak to someone with like a thick Southern drawl or something, it can be kind of. Huh. I think I'm supposed to solitude this and just pray to God my Ravages doesn't get shot. I think it's statistically more likely to hit on like 2 out of 7 than 1 out of 5, right? They do draw a card here, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Surely they won't hit the 2 spells in my hand. Two out of 7 is greater than 1 out of 5. That is how math works. We did it. Guy in. I kind of needed that, but okay. It's fine. We'll just draw a land. It's fine. We'll just draw a land. Really wish it like. Actually, I don't really have a wish. If it had taken, if I had kept a laser of a Stoneforge, I wouldn't have a Stoneforge to cast. 18 turn clock. Surely it'll get there. I believe in our boy. What even is the plan after I resolve Stoneforge Mystic? Get Umazawa's Chite? Like, I probably want something that costs 2 mana. I guess everything costs 2 mana, but Stoneforge is probably not long for this world. Get Meteor Sword, true. It's maybe just like a get that 2-drop. What's the stupid make a rebel token thing? Glimmer Lens. Honestly, might be a Glimmer Lens angle. Kind of like a land a little bit. You got the Springleaf Drum. I believe in you, little guy. Doing some more cycling. Sure, 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 sure. That portable hole is really nasty. I was really looking forward to get in, clamp my recruiter that turn. Kill my recruiter. Nope, just Senu K9 Protector. Deal. And now we hit the land. Cool. I don't think there's any ones that I'm getting here. But now I can think about getting a 3, huh? Alright, what are my options? Hand seems terrible. Sash seems not very good, especially in the face of these exile things. Masterwork, actively terrible. Formula, actively terrible. Skateboard, pretty bad. Jite, maybe it's Jite? I don't think I want to oust this Senu. Although it could potentially stop them from hitting land drops that they'll draw it down the road. And they can't gain 2 life and scry 2 and block if I grab the Jite here and then rip a land. I just feel like the Glimmer Lens is not going to be enough. So maybe we do just get the Jite here. And then oust the Senu. Why are we not shooting on catcher bonus right now? I would think that this game is pretty close. Or are you talking about just like verbally? Gonna mana tithe me? Erode! Huge! Actually massive for them? Now we might be dead. Assuming that one of the 2 cards in hand slash the top of their deck is a land, I think we just lose. I said that card was bad. Which one, Senu or Erode? I don't think Erode's that bad. I just don't think it's that good. I don't disagree that like the people putting in their decks are wrong or anything. Like, I just don't like it enough. I think Erode has enough upside in the world of Jace combo decks that it's somewhat playable, but I don't really like it in any decks that I'm considering regularly. Yeah, now we should be dead. We wanted to. The road was really brutal because we really wanted to delay this by like 1 turn so we could at least get like 4 GD counters to take it down. Streamer gets clapped by card he dunked on and backtracks on stands. That's exactly what's happening. Although I guess GTA Plan would not have worked out against a Soul Cauldron either, huh? My GTA. I kind of want to concede this game and just go to a game 3, but my opponent's playing like really slowly. Although they can't just kill me in like 4 turns with attacking with this. It shouldn't be very difficult for them. I'm gonna get a skateboard. Time Walk a Catch for most with Stoneforge Mystic, huh? But yeah, just like look at this. Just why aren't you just F6'd, opponent? You have 2 cards in hand, completely tapped out. My friends are calling the blue exile card the Flicker Whip. I'm not brained enough. Is Whip does whip refer to cars? I know like Ghost Ride the Whip is a thing in terms of talking about cars, right? But does that refer to the car itself? Cloud, no. Like we just draw like a plow or something for the catcher mouse. We can make this game take like 3 turns longer. A Minato guy got a trophy thanks to us. It happens. Sometimes you just like run super hot. We had that game, yeah. I mean, we already talked about it to death, right? Game 3 was like super locked up. It was just a really, really, really quality top deck. They should be like exiling their Senu, right? Just get like a free guy. Yeah, when I started playing the clock, they had like 12 and a half minutes, and I feel like we should definitely just be dead by now. But instead, they've just burned 2.5 minutes faffing about. And if we have like a really grindy game 3, they could easily time out. Got him. Also, if more people think that the Minato Reanimator is like a strong choice in the meta, then I'm probably ecstatic. Because I think both the decks that I play regularly are pretty great against it. We play the long game. Why are we still taking these game actions? The game has ended. Turn your creature sideways and pass the turn. Oh, okay. Never mind. That one actually cleans up pretty quick, huh? We did not need to play the Bojuku Bog. Am I dead next turn? 7, 8, 9, 10. Probably. Yeah, because the Senu also comes back. Huge. It's 1 more mana next turn. They're thinking of that future value. True, yeah. I'm literally dead on board. Yeah. My opponent does love pressing buttons. I'm not going to take that away from them. Wait, what happened to the Senu? Doesn't the Senu come back? What the fuck did it go? What? Oh, there it is. It had to not be blocked first. Activating that Cathar commando fully just was like a minus 10 seconds because they just weren't F6'd for some reason. We take those. Alright. Should probably be fine for game 3. Hey, kitty. Someone paid to let you back in, but I don't have to like it. I would love to be on the play. Sand seems pretty decent. Not the most exciting, but largely fine. If we lose to Ketrayamos... Wait, what? What are we? Ketrayamos? The stream is over. I'm pretty sure I've lost to Ketramos before. I remember I think the last time we played against Ketramos, though, besides the last time we played against Ketramos with Cloud, it was like the most unwinnable game 3 I've ever played, and then somehow we won it. I remember also crushing them quite recently with Quintorius, just like absolutely fucking obliterating them. Guess this is just another Skull Clamp angle. Might just get Thoughtseized or whatever, but the hand that we kept isn't really conducive to just passing the turn here. Oh, alright. Name Skull Clamp, I get to draw a card. Pretty decent exchange for me. That's a pretty good card to draw, I would say. Attack for 3, Winter Moon you with your 2 non-basics. This card can't be playable, right? Maybe they're playing, like, get a bunch of get-ins, but, like, even then, this card's pretty bad. Can you get your tail out of my face, please, dog? Like, what are we doing? Just fucking F6, man! What are we doing here? Oh, or Solitude. That seems kind of awful, too, but sure. Especially, like, you just take 2, and then you play Ketramos next turn, and then you Solitude draw a card, right? Like, why would you just gain 2 life here? I mean, you can't play Ketramos next turn because you're getting Winter Moon, but you don't know that. What's my favorite thing about Dog? Her little paws. You can't really see him on camera, but her paws have, like, a very tiny amount of fur. It's really cute. Giving me another tutor, what a nice guy. Yeah, exactly. Like, what are we doing here? Why have we elected to allow me to tutor again and also not drawn a card off, or attempted to draw a card off of Ketramos, at least? Yeah, nice land. Nice non-basic that also doesn't tap for any colors. Come on, cast a spell. What could go wrong? I think Solitude on that turn is defensible. Yeah, if they had Solitude the Sentinel into Flute, Skull Clamp, I would have been way more into it. Yeah, I agree. I guess I maybe should have cast this pre-combat. Although that plays really badly around Orcish Bowmasters if I do that. Probably just a Fire and Ice angle. I think I'd like him a little bit more than Hand of Vecna right now. Because that kills the Esper and also strands the Cloud, so I can't get more like tutor value after they've bricked the Skull Clamp. You generally kind of want to leave Cloud on board in scenarios when able. Do they have 1-mana removal spell here? I mean, if you twist my arm... There's just like no way. Maybe I don't even cast it yet. Maybe we just try to connect with Sword of Fire and Ice first. I think I like just Sword on Cloud attack. If they have removal spell, we post combat we oust the Ketramos. Oh, they do have a bridge, right? Yeah, so it does get a little worse, huh? Oh shit. Whoops. Oh well. I was supposed to not. I forgot why I wasn't supposed to be tagged with Esper Sentinel. Oh well. Ketramos, you get to live. I think we're still pretty fine. I'm gonna be so real. What is that, an instant? I mean, I was just supposed to cast it main 2, but I just attacked. Okay, yeah, they're just super dead. They're literally dead, I think, right? This is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh wait, this is not actually lethal because I have to make them gain 3 life. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, if I oust this, it's only 8, 9, they're at 11. Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna kill all their shit. Oh no, hang on. I wanna oust the Ketramos. Lay down arms this. Did I have lethal? Am I stupid? I just like playing with my food, okay? Leave me alone. Clamp's only +1. I can't equip Clamp. They would be at 2 here, right? If I hadn't exiled the Ketramos, if I just hit the other thing. Lay down. Oh, Sigarda equips the Clamp. Yeah, but no, that is only 1+1. They'd be at -3 because I don't. They only gain 3 life instead of 6, so they'd be at 2 here, and Skull Clamp is +1. Yeah, I didn't think about Scarred equipping for me, but also they were just like 8 ways from like being super dead there. The stream can continue. We can all wipe our brows. Thank God we've vanquished Ketramos. We've proven once again that Ketramos is a fraud. Yeah, not like we could lose there. I literally opted to not cast Armageddon because the Winter Moon was already Armageddoning them. But what about the clock? I mean, they were also down to like 3 minutes. I could have just like not attacked for a couple of turns and probably still been fine. Ketranak? What? Really scraping the. Oh, I forgot to look at Aggie's 4-color slop. What were you calling it? I've already forgotten. It was a good name to refer to it, but I've already forgot what it was. What kind of slop was it? Staple slop. Yeah, that's good. The alliteration. Really, really strong. Ooh, Emry. All right. We get to see how this matchup is. This hand is not super exciting, but I imagine Catholic Mana is pretty decent. On Thin Ice is obviously very good. Shining Shoal is obviously very terrible, but it is what it is. Is Moloch a staple? I'd say yeah. I think Moloch sees play in pretty much every green-red X deck outside of like the 5-color decks that don't play a bunch of creatures. It's just like a really high card quality creature, just in all like the red green X creature decks. Also, it has like the X casting cost, so you can trigger your fucking thing. Wait, does it trigger twice on 4 CMC cards that also have 4 power or toughness? Because it triggers on cast, right? But then it also triggers on the thing ETBing. Yeah, this is fine. We have the 1 mana removal for the Emry. They spent a lot of garbage. I guess they only spent 1 real piece of garbage powering this Emry out. It only triggers on others for others on cast. It was. I don't even know what that. I'll read it eventually. Is this just like a. Okay, they're just dead. Cool. That was easy. Just clean sweep. Got him in 1. I was gonna say, is this like a Cloud for Sash sort of matchup? I think it kind of depends on how many answers you have for Emry. Like next turn, I probably am clouding for Sash there. It's either like Sash or Clamp, I think. Or I guess sometimes there's situations where you want GT instead of Sash, depending on how quickly they're able to put an Emry back into play. See, easy? Yeah, clearly. Matchup is 100%. We fucking killed him on turn 1. I feel like they can't beat a SoFi. I mean, they probably got like artifacts and shit, right? But pro your deck is usually pretty decent, and it also shoots the Emry repeatedly. This hand's terrible. This hand's also pretty bad. I don't think I want to keep this on 6. What does Cloud have to do with Pride Month? He's not gay. He just looks like a twink. We want the pregnant elephant. Cloud is clearly trans. Like canonically wears a dress that Aerith is into. Like, there's got to be like a million trans woman Cloud like fics and fan art and stuff out there, right? What am I doing? Mulliganing this hand, I think. Cloud is trans curious. This hand, I think, also kind of sucks. But we're on like 5 now, right? Yeah, fuck it. I'll just keep this. Whatever. Yeah, this seems fine. Really hoping they don't have like turn 1 Emry to really put me in the dirt. Come on, just cast like a. I feel like my opponent's too in. We've seen very little of their deck, but I feel like my opponent's a little bit too in on like playing out really shitty zeros just to play a turn 1 Emry. They also completely whiffed, which is really funny. I mean, they could recur Torbon's Crypt, or maybe they have like a Bauble in hand, but then you would have just played Bauble instead of Everflowing Chalice. I guess the zeros we've seen are the zeros we've seen are maybe defensible. Okay, yeah, they got Star. We can start cycling. I think we're just gonna get put in the dirt by this Urza Saga, if I'm being real. 2 cards away from Paradox Engineering? Wait, what does that even mean? Aren't they? What do you mean 2 cards? Aren't they like 100 mana from Paradox Engineering? This feels like I kind of need to go get Sash, huh? Maybe I just need to go get Clamp. No, I mean, we're just gonna die to just gigantic constructs. I don't really have a good counterplay for that, huh? In that case, it might just be Sash. Or no, it might just be Clamp and just try to, like, draw out of it, answer some things, and get in them. I don't know, I don't do math. They just, like, can engine once they get to the number of lands to cast engine, right? That's just the math. Do you have 5 mana? If so, you can engine combo. If not, then you can't. I guess right now they would technically need 1 extra mana or untapping because they would need 1 mana to go off with a star. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, the plow is pretty good. I think it is time to draw 4 cards. Happy Pride, Pepperjack. Back to the command zone, draw 4, go to end step. Does Portable Hole do anything for me? Not really. Well, that's kind of broken. The Cloud Skull Clamp. It is very good. Yes. It might not be enough this game, but I'm just gonna F6. How many channel points to get actually to say Happy Pride in French? There's no channel point reward, so fortunately not possible. I also don't know how to say it. And then if you tell me how to say it, I still won't know how to say it because I won't read it. Boots, sure. They get to crunch in for a decent chunk of damage. Cycle the star. Equip boots. Wow, they really hate this Emry. They just really don't want Emry value. I don't think you'd speak French for free. You're damn right. Alright, I'm starting to see the line here. And it's Recruit, Solitude. Oh, fuck, we actually don't have enough white cards to do all of this. I want to, like, kill this Emry and then have them recast it and then get it into Onthanize the Emry. But I also have to pay Ward on the Construct here. So maybe it's just play GJ, play Portable Hole on Construct this turn and try to find a white card for... I guess I could... What if I just... Oh no, this Lava's Roots makes recasting Emry really annoying too. Yeah, I think it is just GT. Onthanize before Armageddon is a non-boat. Yeah. That's why I was trying to line it up so that I could get it into the Onthanize. But I guess we might just also not get in. Oh, I should have blocked the Emry last turn. I took one damage at an untapped mom. Oops. Kind of just forgot about that one. Although my opponent has just elected to not draw a card last turn instead of attacking me for one, so. Basalt Monolith? Sure. Thought Monitor, okay. Less sure, but it's a thing you're allowed to do. That's really obnoxious. I guess it's not that obnoxious. I can on-thin-ice it. I think the Gettin's kind of off the table. We gonna like cycle that star and recast it yet? No, we're bootsing. Alright. My opponent really hates Emry value. Really working in my favor. This time I won't fuck it up. Kind of a shame because being at 3 is like a really bad life total to be at versus 4, huh? I'm not dead. I could take the Thought Monitor instead. Leave the Spellskite. I think taking the Spellskite... I guess I can use the GJ counters to kill the Thought Monitor. But then they can recast it with the Emry if I'm not careful. Yeah, I think it's good take the Spellskite. They might just attack all. We can decide what we want to do. We don't have to do any of our plays right now. If they just attack all, I might just kill the Thought Monitor. Because then I think I can turn the Emry off. Oh, they remembered how their cards work. Sick. Why not gain 2 instead of killing Monitor? Because if I kill the Monitor, then it's gone forever. If I have to like repeatedly input GT counters into it rather than just killing it forever and then using their future GT counters to like keep the Emry off the board potentially. Which is amusing. I might not. But I think I will here. Can't they just recast it? Yeah, they can, but not if I can keep the Emry under control now, which I might be able to with like more Mother of Runes connections. Like, I think now my plan is to GD counters to kill the Emry and then Cathar Commando the Lava Spur Boots if they like replay Emry, try to equip next turn. Well, that's worse. Suddenly my plan got a fair bit worse, huh? flashing in, not paying ward, gaining life. So now I think we're kind of fucked. Because I could recast the Thought Monitor with the Lava Spur Boots. And because I didn't draw a land, I can't also set up Solitude here. Cloud's already been cast once, so I can't get Sash online. I can't recruit Sash. Um, Wow, none of my plays are good, huh? All my plays cost like 3 mana or don't do anything. I have 1 card in hand. If I get them, I give them the Spells Kite back, which I guess doesn't really matter. But then if they have like 1 land, I just add to the Thought Monitor. Clamp. I mean, we're not dead, right? Because we can recruit Solitude, which is, I think, my best plan is play Recruiter, Clamp Recruiter. Hit a land drop along the way, too. Oh, shit. Whoops. Well, that wasn't my best play, huh? It's a whole Stone of Erich in play. Still not dead. But definitely not in a good spot. Stone of Eric. Yeah, that's the one. Rip on blind. It's okay, I'm also blind. It was definitely like just 100% my plan. Was like, okay, we can like draw 2 cards and also grab Solitude so we're not dead, and then we're still in a decent spot. Solitude this Thought Monitor, I think. Puts me dead to like bigger things that come up and then get grieved, but I don't think I can afford to keep shooting this when they had the second haste boots. So they just get to repeatedly cast Thought Monitor if I phasing out nothing. Cool. Just playing a land. Playing some garbage. You got it. Cycling. You got it. Paying a fuck ton of mana. This is like Urza. Nope. I couldn't really beat an Urza. Boots. I could ping this, but if I ping this, I'm dead to the Mem Knight. So I do have to Solitude. Oh, if I ping this, I have to Solitude the Mem Knight, is what it means. So I might as well just Solitude this. think we're just literally dead to this. No. Just a bunch of shitty ass 1/1s. You can give one of them haste. They should have grieved the thing. Grieved instead of bootsed on the thing so that they could play the clown car for one more. Crew 2 on your 1/1. You oh, it's a 2/2. It's a 1/1 at its core. Alright, well, I think I just kill this instead of gaining 4 life. I don't think they can do anything about that. Oh wait, killing this means that they can Emry it back. That was probably not wise. It's probably supposed to just gain life. But also I think we're just kind of dead. We can play Cloud for 4 mana, but then we have 2 mana to auto-equip something, and nothing is really relevant, and we can't Skull Clamp to dig to anything. We can't... We're 1 mana off of, like, Skateboard on the Cloud, and then try to get, like, 4 GD counters and hope that's good enough, even though it's probably also not good enough. I guess I will just cast Cloud. See if there's anything remotely good enough in the deck. I think it is also just Skateboard, honestly, though. Skateboard with Flash could end up doing something. If they try to, like, lethal me with a Clown Car. Yes, the Stone of Eric beats Clamp. We played into it, like, last turn, because I just kind of forgot about it. They can play a really big Clown Car. I think we're dead on board. Just playing it for 3, sure. Cool, they just made a bunch of guys. They give 2 of them haste. That's not very good for me. Greaves, that's fine. Not equipping the boots, interesting. Just gonna gain life. Why are they leaving up 2 mana? They have like a counter spell? Yeah, sure. Oh, and they can recast the Clown Car again with the Emry and get more guys. Killing the Emry does look complete jack shit. So I just don't kill anything. I think I've been dead for like 3 turns. My opponent's really trying to let me be alive, though. But I think we are marching ever so close to the grave. I just let this happen. If I kill it, they could just recast it for 1 mana a billion times over, and then re-equip the Greaves to it over and over again. Tapping it down doesn't do anything, they just activate in response. I think I'd rather skateboard to tap down a big clown car. Maybe it'll just get all counters on it. Alright, 2 guys. Am I dead? These have a color. Fuck, these do have a color. Wait, was I ever in a I don't think I was ever in a position to block any of these, though, with Mother Friends, but these are, in fact, white. That is actually pretty important to know. And you put the Graves on it. Then we skateboard it down. Oh! Rough. And an effective 9. What happens if I just block and just gain all the life? If I block a token and protection, I'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9 exactly. So yeah, I guess we just jump block. Kill 1, 2, 3, take 1, 2, 3. Nope. Kill 2, take 4. I think I am still alive if I seam rip the clown car. I'm doing a lot of flailing around in a game that is ultimately, I think, just completely lost. And I'm like down a minute or 2 on clock. Which is not my favorite place to be. But we have like 10 minutes left. We should be completely fine for game 3. Still haven't found any large creature to put one of these boots on. Just dig it for an Arcbound Ravager or a Kappa Cannoneer. Do I just wrath them? I think I do. I think I just kill all their shit. I think it was actually supposed to play Formal War and then equip the Formal War to Cloud. Sure. I guess it didn't matter. Still not dead. Well, nevertheless. Opponent is drawing 2 cards a turn. Personal Howling Mine versus literally nothing. I don't love my odds. Casting spells, this is cheating. Low key, do I just... Oh, okay, no, we're dead. Never mind. Where's the... With it, De La Hell, you still here? I think we're gonna get Paradox Engine finally. If they have like a 0, they can Paradox Engine me here? Wait, no, I don't even know if that works. I think they finally found engine, maybe. Yeah, there it is. Not dead yet. What happened to my mouse? Hello? All of these cards suck complete and utter ass. I guess we'll get the one that gives Cloud Hexproof. I don't know. More outs to draw. If only I had a Curious Farm Animals in my deck. Did you get a free Memnite? This is true. I maybe should have only sacked once they tapped the Emry targeting something else. Oh, they just didn't even haste it. I guess I could always just block with Duke plus a Gonjo Castle. Alright, yeah, I think we finally reached the end of the line here. 6, 7, 8 mana? Yeah. I feel like I should just concede after my rant earlier about how, like, the combos don't actually take that long, and I want to encourage people to play these, like, combo-oriented decks online more, and I'm, like, very deterministically dead here. They get to draw their whole deck. Because they just cast the star over and over and over again, right? Although, no, this isn't deterministic, right? This costs one card every loop. They get to, like, draw 7 here or something. Where's our Ethersworn Canonist? I don't think that would be very good against my opponent who's casting 7 artifact spells in a row. Oh, never mind. It is deterministic. Yeah, they have Basalt Monolith. Okay, yeah. I'll respect their time. Yeah. I maybe should have taken a breather before we just jumped into the last game here, but it is what it is. Alright, what the fuck is happening? Sounds okay. Sanctifier is a dud, but Plow seems really good. My opponent seems to have, like, an urgent need to slam turn 1 Emry, in which case if we have, like, kill turn 1 Emry and then Cloud for GTA or Lion Sash to turn off, like, a turn 3 or 4 Emry, then that's probably really strong. They just go, like, turn 1, land 0/0 Emry again. We just plow it, and then untap and play Cloud. Seems really great for us. Oh man. I guess we'll just have to settle for plowing the Emry later. Can this Wonder Moon stop showing up in the mono blue matchup? So I'm gonna play 1-mana Emry, but then there's statistically, well, I guess I could plow plus GTA next turn. That's pretty strong. Yeah, I think I like GTA more than I like Sash. It's maybe a little bit greedy, but Blue's not super good at answering anything, except if it's on the stack. I guess they top decked that Mishra's Bauble, otherwise I think they would have definitely slammed turn 1 Emry. Wow, they really want to protect their Emry. Unfortunately, it's not going to be super helpful because I'm just going to get GTA online. Maybe they have, like, some boots in hand to protect her? Maybe they have a Disruptor Flute? Could be Emry plus Flute here. Wouldn't be bad, but I guess we could Flicker Wisp. They did have 1 turn of Emry, but then we could Flicker Wisp Cloud to go get Sash. Sure. A lot of colorless mana. Bridge. Clown car X equals 3. Sure. Yeah, I'm just gonna get 4 counters here. I guess I'll cast Sanctifier just so I have another body. Saga? Kind of wishing I'd played the Wintermoon last turn. I almost did. I might even play it this turn, but I guess they might just like go Emry pass. One island shackles. Kind of hilarious. Crew 2, can't crew. I can counter this by pumping my equipped creature, right? Is that how this works? I'm pretty confident. I feel like this has come up at least once before, and I think the answer is yes. I think I am just gonna Wintermoon them. Comes up all the time in Modern. Maybe like 10 years ago. Are people still casting this card in Modern? No, my Wintermoon! That's so fucked up, opponent. Oh well. I probably have to be a little bit worried about a Pithing Needle, huh? Oh, never mind. Tech Edge, very good draw. I assume my Sanctifier has a Construct Token B. I did not actually do the math. Barely. Oh. I think we're still fine. I would rather Tech Edge than Resolve Ranger Captain anyway. Nice Mystic Sanctuary. There's Emry. Should kill Emry now so there's no, like, crew clown car stuff going on. Oh, I've only 4 mana. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do this. Although, they could steal my Flicker Wisp eventually. It's not great. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Oh well. Less than or equal to the number of islands you control. You control 3 islands. feel like they're supposed to put this Disruptor Flute on top, right? With their Academy ruins. I didn't even notice that that was in there. Not my favorite thing. But I think they're also just still like pretty dead on board. After they spend all their mana fluting. 4, 5, or this is 5, plus 5 is exactly 10. They have to chump block with Emry again if they can even cast it. I think they can, yeah. Wait, has Cloudwind cast this game? Yes, and we didn't draw a land. Which means this isn't lethal because I can't boots them, but it's chump block with Emry again, right? It's wait, is Oust lethal? No, because it's -4 damage or something. I'll have to put these stupid triggers on the stack. Sure. Yeah, they should be dead. Just choose not to untap the shackles for no reason. Interesting choice. We did it! We won the match. Alright, now let's look at Aggie's list. So I can make fun of it for being staple slop. I assume Aragorn the Uniter is, yeah, a stand-in for the actual card. Which I don't remember what it does, so I guess we will also... I don't remember the exact text on it. I asked a question about the text on the card, and then I already forgot the answer. Whenever it enters and whenever you cast a spell... Oh, okay, so the spell that gets cast, it tracks the power or toughness of that. So it actually doesn't work with things that would enter with 4 power toughness because of counters, like Mawlock X equals 2 would trigger because it costs 4, but like it wouldn't count it because you're casting a 2/2. The only good text on this card is like draw a card, right? You should make some fucking 0/4 walls or whatever. This is just kind of bargain bin Omnath. Which is fair, because Omnath is banned. That maybe bad Omnath is, you know, okay enough. This is like Omnath in that it costs 4 mana and it's a 4/4 that ETB draws a card, right? Planeswalkers, Minskimbu, Oko, Teferi. Alright, not Staple Slop. Okay, so this is creature-based Staple Slop, at least. This is a little bit more respectful. This is more in line with, like, the same way that, like, Slimefoot and Squee is kind of Staple Sloppy. But this isn't... I was definitely expecting a lot more just, like, kill spells and counter spells. Alright. This is less slop. Wow, 4 mana card that draws a card every turn. What cool original design. See, this is exactly what my beef with the 4 and the 5 color cards is that they do all just fucking... Oh wow, you played a 4 mana, 5 mana card, and then it drew some cards. That's crazy. And you just put a bunch of like really high quality cards in your deck. That's nuts. It's crazy how that works. But yeah, this is just like actually mana dorks and stuff. This is a lot more not staple slop than I expected. It's called good deck building. I mean, it's different deck building. I have no idea how good it is. But you put a bunch of like quality creatures in here instead of like quality removal spells, and then like, oh, my commander draws a bunch of cards and rewards me for playing the game of Magic the Gathering, and That's how I'm going to grind out my opponents. A couple cards in here that are probably only in here because they have 4 toughness. Overrun Battlement. Not exactly a powerhouse. How many things here actually trigger your commander? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ironic. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, I guess. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, I guess. 19-ish? Did I see a lumberjack? Yeah, there's an Orcish lumberjack in here. That one feels a little odd, right? Because it doesn't power out your commander or anything. March counts? Oh, did I miss March? Sure. March counts. Fair enough. A solid 20. This deck I will take back the bad things I said about it being staple slop. It feels a little low. I don't know. I don't want to say like low card quality because the card quality is like pretty decent. I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's it. Lumberjack can play Fantastic Four on turn 2. I guess you just like make a shit ton of. Oh, it's any combination of colors. Okay, it's not just green, red. It does make half of the colors. So you play like a red white or red blue land, and then you play another white or blue land. If your land's tapped for. Wait, no, one of them has to be a forest too. So it has to be like red white land or red blue land into green white or green blue land specifically. That's like a little bit suspect. Specifically a forest on the second one. That's like a little bit suspect, I feel. But maybe it's not. Maybe it's consistent. It's not impossible. Yes, it's not impossible. It just doesn't feel. Oh, I missed Minsk and Boo too. Minsk and Boo triggers. It's like 21, I think. This deck doesn't spark joy for me. This deck doesn't like be like, oh yeah, we've really nailed it. Like this is like a really quality deck that can like throw hands with like the top decks of the format super well when it's just like mana dorks and like a kind of okay payoff top end. It does feel like a Cope Omnath list. I guess that's what I'm trying to look for. It does feel like Cope Omnath. But it's also not staple slop. So I will respect your deck building ingenuity. I miss my friend. I did not even play during the Omnath days, but I feel like I wouldn't have missed them. Omnath, that deck had to be staple slop, right? Omnath was just 4-color slop pile. MTG top 8. Let me see if I can dig up some old Omnath lists. Search. Format. Duel Commander. What the fuck is this card called? This is so impossible to find. I just got a bunch of decks that have Omnath in them and shit. What? Omnath, the locus of creation? Oh fuck, did I get it right? Hell yeah, but it's just a card in all the other decks. There we go, found it. Alright. Last published list in 2020. 7 creatures. Now, yeah, this is staple slop. Yeah, look at that. 7 fucking creatures. Horrible, horrible garbage pile. Makes me ill just looking at it. It makes me feel worse about the world as a whole. Oh, is this Oni? God. What a fucking miserable pile of magic cards. Nissa Vital Force isn't a staple, neither is Treachery. Things are much more allowed to be staples when you have like the Omnath into 5-drop line. Like the Omnath fetch land, make 5 mana, cast a really busted 5 mana card play. So you get away with like a couple of like really fucked up 5-drops on curve. Crush of Tentacles is that even in this deck? Oh, I guess this is the thing I was just talking about, right? 5 drops on curve. You get to Omnath, draw a card, gain 4 life, and then bounce everything and make an 8/8. Yeah, makes sense. I do specifically when I'm talking about these staple swap decks. I do respect when you get to play like kind of cool cards that aren't really played elsewhere like that. Like in High Bay, I never remember the name. You could like get to play the cool shrines and stuff. But then you look at like every other card in this deck, and you just get kind of sad. Wow, expansion explosion, huh? Damn, I remember this card was like fucking standard playable. What a time to be alive. Wow, Winota was legal back here too. Man, we played against when we played against Winota last week. Wow, we played Racy Alarm, huh? Force of Virtue. Wow, Lotus Metal was legal back then? Jeez. Kind of surprised that card lasted so long. But I guess it was around 2019, 2020 where we really started to push the envelope on like Legends. All right, we actually hit a bunch of like rounds in a row that was like very fast queue, so we never actually get to look at Marvel cards. I think I've seen most of these. This card feels like it would have been really cool in like 2017 or something, but it's just like really hasn't kept up with the times. Most of the Marvel cards suck. I would be surprised if we didn't see like something show up. Like the universes beyond sets are like so pushed like for legend. Like we'll see a couple of legends that are probably like somewhat playable for dual commander. I haven't seen some of these. Okay, that card's terrible. This card's pretty terrible. This card's cool. It's not a dual commander card, I don't think. It's also like not really an anything card, but like the fact that it just comps you a bunch of your life back because it has lifelink and you can like just pay, you can connive as much as you want basically. Like pay 18, draw 6 cards, discard 6 cards, like buff Modok like 5 or 6 times, attack, gain like 7 or 8 life back. This card is probably not good enough. If there's the blue black guy that like whenever you have a historic permanent enter, you draw a card, triggers only once per turn. If that card's not good enough for dual commander, I doubt like this card's good enough. Thanos, I think, without the colorless pip specifically, might have seen play in 5-color slop. as a, like another option for 5-color slop commander. Um, where you just like get to Wrath for 5, or even if it was like 1 Wooburg and you get to like Wrath out of the command zone for 6, or just have like a really high card quality card, right? Death Touch Lifelink 4/4 for 3 mana. But the addition of colorless mana is like a really big tax on the playability of this card as your commander, I think. Building your mana base in a way that you can actually power them up seems unideal. Wonder if there's a Zemo combo deck. What the fuck is Zemo? Did we already scroll past it? Oh wait, I skipped like 4 cards. The fuck is this? Whenever you cast a black spell from your hand, he connives, boast, exile any number of black cards from your graveyard of 15 or more black mana symbols. Copy the exiled cards. You may cast up to 3 copies without paying their mana cost. There's almost certainly like some sort of combo. I don't know what it is, but you could probably like there's probably a lot of worlds where you can kill your opponent if you trigger the boast ability or if you activate the boast. Can you not like jump directly on my mouse, kitty? Hey. I'm not kicking you out, but I am kicking you off of the desk. People are excited about this card. I didn't see that it also triggered off of you drawing cards, which makes it a lot more exciting, I think. It just means, like, if you have T'Challa in play and you cast a fucking Opt or a Ponder or a Preordain or whatever, you just get to, like, draw an extra card. Not a fan of the font on that Electra. I mean, it's not very legible, but I think a lot of these, like, comic book shout-out cover page cards are, like, pretty rough. You could hardly tell that this is a 1, I feel. In the sneak cost. It just looks like a backslash. But yeah, Black Panther might be good. Opt on your turn that lets you draw 2. Yeah, well, I mean, it's harder to trigger them on your opponent's turn, but you could with like instance if you have Opt plus Consider, you get to draw another card. But you can literally just like the fact that the activators for the cards are just pretty reasonable cards that you can play in the deck, right? You don't have to play really shitty cards. It's just like, okay, if you kill him while I'm trying to resolve my Ponder to draw 2, I'm still resolving my Ponder and it's still a fine card. And he has Flash, which is like plays really nicely in everything Blue White wants to be doing. I don't think any of these cards are particularly good. Mjolnir. This card seems really sick in Red White D&T and Legacy specifically. I think you just pretty easily play this. I don't know if you would play it main or side. You might just sideboard the Pyroclasm, or it might be like enough flexibility over Chainsaw that you play it instead of Chainsaw. My instinct is that Chainsaw is just much better in your like Felia plus. Kitty, cut that out. In your like Felia plus a Johnny deck where you're like sometimes hardcasting Chainsaw and killing your own cat token, or like you're hardcasting Chainsaw and then attacking Flickering Felia. And this card is way worse to hardcast than Chainsaw, obviously, but it might just be worth like the slot compression, like how Meteor Sword compressed Cauldra and Phantom Blade. Namor, skip a card. The Submariner. Whenever he casts non-creature spell with one or more blue mana symbols of mana cost. Okay, this is just like I don't think this is a long line of mono blue cards that probably isn't good enough. How many non-creature spells can you cast for free? Huh? They're probably like 3 or 4, right? But like, is this going to be better than the other mono blue options? Oh, in other decks, yeah, you could play him in some other decks, sure. But I don't have the brain capacity to think about those cards that are just like, it's okay, upgrade and play gun or whatever, maybe, sure. Loki. This is just a blue version. Isn't there like is it like Dr. Hojo or something? Isn't it Hojo from Final Fantasy? Whenever one or more creatures you control becomes the target and activate ability, draw a card. This only triggers only once per turn. And this is when a player or any player or permanent, not just a creature you control, becomes the target of an activated ability. So this is any player or permanent becomes the target of any ability, so it's triggered or activated. So like maybe you could like pretend that this is a mono blue thing with like all the exile rocks that target, but still mono blue is pretty rough. Yeah, like relic. It doesn't work with all of them, right? It doesn't work with the ones that target a card in a graveyard. Like you can't go. It doesn't work with Ghost Vacuum. It has to target something in play or target a player. But maybe there's a world where that's good enough, but probably not. Given there's like the density of mono blue cards that are like pretty high quality is already there, and none of them are very playable because mono blue just isn't really good enough. So even if you are like playing Loki and drawing like 3 cards before it gets removed, you're still kind of playing a mono blue deck. Monica's a human that could oh, I skip another card. Flying Prowess. That's like textless though. Is the thing. Are you really paying 3 mana for a 3/3 flyer? 5 mana to flip it. Hexproof, 4/4 hexproof. But then like the deck just doesn't have non-creature spells. This is like not. This is like a limited quality card in Winota, the deck with like 5 non-creature spells in it. Secret Invasion makes me mad because it's like another way that like blues. This is like literally just a white card, right? Or like a blue-white card. This is Assimilation Aegis on an aura instead, and now it's mono blue. And then we have the car that flickers things that's also blue. Yeah, it's like you can get a human and then flip it to non-human, but like, are you really spending 5 mana to flip your human into a non-human just to like get another Winota trigger? Have you not already won the game at that point? If you've attacked and gotten this card off of your Winota and then untapped and then paid 5 mana and then flipped your card and then attacked again with your Winota in play the whole time, is the game not already over? Like any world where you draw this card, you're like, wow, why did I put this fucking card in my deck? It's terrible. Most of the other humans in Winota are like probably are like reasonably defensible, right? They have text. That one just really doesn't. It's funny that this Hellcat Undying Vigilante has Undying, but they didn't want to give her Undying for some reason. So they just said, hey, she has Undying, but not in a way that's abusable. They really didn't want to give, what's his name? Geist. What the fuck's that card's called? They didn't really want to give Geist the upgrade. Strangleroot Geist. That was my boy. I played that card in Standard back before I, like, played good decks. I was just, like, playing casual Standard. Strangleroot Geist was my boy. But yeah, this card's probably not very playable, huh? card's upgrade of what's the can anyone name the black target creature gets -4/-4 until end of turn? Removal's gone kind of past this card being that playable, I think, but it's neat. But like we have so many too many cards that are almost universal removal spells at this point already. The Mind Stone, this card goes in Quint for sure. Card seems great. I'm so excited that Atraxa gets to play a second fucking Dream Halls. God, this card's gonna be a fucking nightmare. I don't think it'll like elevate Atraxa to the point of like anything out of like tier 2 status that it lives in, but it's just really obnoxious that there's just gonna be another way that you just randomly get Atraxa on 5 mana instead of 7 for no reason. It also is amusingly like exact lethal, right? If they have like one jump blocker or something, you cast the Atraxa for free on 5, and then you make Atraxa a 10/10, and then you make Atraxa a 20/20. Then they just die. Oh boy, I'm so excited. Yeah. Who's excited to play against 4-color Staple Slop with Dream Halls and a second Dream Halls to cheat in my 7/7 that draws 4 cards? At least it's only a one-time thing. So it is like you play the Atraxa and you restock, but if your opponent kills the Atraxa, then you can continue to play the game. Whereas Dream Halls would be like, okay, I killed the Atraxa. Well, now they're just gonna cast Atraxa for 2 mana. I'm gonna fucking die. It's also a Wrath and Mikey card. That's fair. Yeah, it's just another like ritual, right? Just like shaves 2 mana off of it, basically. This card is completely unreadable. Oh, this is the same one as before. These are the really old cards that got spoiled way back when, right? Yeah. Yeah, nothing that screams like groundbreaking in the world of Duel Commander. Or really any other world. I don't see a lot of like standouts in power level. Kitty. Alright, well, that was a fun little detour. We're gonna get a last match. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real fast. We still got plenty of time to wait for a last match. But I will be right back. Kitty, you took my seat. She ran. I don't know if she was in camera. I don't think she was. Ugh. So now we wait for our last match, Kitty. Shoo. 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 Oh, I think Aggie just left, but I forgot to ask him for his quint list. I doubt that they're up anywhere yet, huh? Given that it was just this past weekend. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. But we'll chill out. Wait for the last match here. Got plenty of time still. The matches were firing pretty fast tonight. We got like 4 in a row. Some fun stuff. 3-1 lost to the Minato top deck. I'm trying to remember what we played against now. It was Rofellos. Was it Emry into something or something else into Emry? Oh, it was definitely Emry because we killed them in like on turn 1, right? Oh no. Never mind, that was the Emry match. What the fuck did we play against round 3? We beat Rofellos, we beat something, and then we beat Emry tonight. Ugh. Excuse me. Kitty, not the time. Come on, get down from the desk. Come on. Knocking all this shit off my desk. Come on, kid. Oh, it was Ketramos. That's what we played against. They died in 2 minutes because we killed them on turn 4 with Hand of Vecna. I'm remembering now. Beat Rofellos, beat Ketra, beat Emry. Yeah, the Emry deck seems... I don't know. I didn't see... I wasn't the biggest fan of my opponent's list from the cards that we saw. It seemed like there was a lot of mediocre cards, or maybe just the way that my opponent was playing, of like really trying to power out like turn 1 Emrys with a bunch of kind of mediocre zeros, which is kind of important. I think the Emry deck is much worse if it can't cast Emry on like turn 1 or like 2 at the very latest, but like somewhat consistently turn 1, I guess. But just the card quality in the deck is so low. Like, we sat there, like, my opponent had an Emry in play for, like, 8-10 turns or something in that game, too. And they did decide to not draw a card a couple of those turns. But, like, they're just drawing a bunch of garbage. Because the deck just is full of crap. God forbid your opponent, like, has a piece of graveyard interaction or like a disruptor flute or something to turn off the Emry. I wonder if there's ever a world where you start playing like Pithing Needle and decks. The fact that it's like complete blank against 2099 and mostly blank against Tassiger is pretty rough, though. And the fact that it's like not a white card, so you can't ever exile it to your like pitch spells when it's bad. But Cloud is allowed to play some like more techie cards. And you just kind of draw through it when you draw the bad cards in the bad matchups, like the Shining Shoal and the pro red creatures and stuff. I think the real thing to start thinking about is like how best to actually tech Cloud to attack the current meta. Like what your bad matchups are and how you want to try to beat them. I think the Quintorius matchup probably sucks ass. So I think you maybe just want to play Cataclysm. We're playing the Geddons already. We played Cataclysm like really early on, but Cataclysm was like kind of wonky in that in the matchups where you wanted to be Geddoning people, you kind of needed a little bit of a board state. But if the Geddons are primarily there for like Lumra, but also you like really want to Geddon versus Quintorius, it's worse than being a Geddon versus like Tassiger and some of the other matchups, and letting them keep a creature isn't great, but it's still, Timu Armageddon in those matchups somewhat. My homeboy keeps sending me Marvel cards, and none of them match up well versus the Aang card that's in Standard. The Marvel set so far, at least, what we've seen today, seems pretty underpowered for most formats. There are like a couple cards that stick out. This says so far as Kamigawa for people whose brains got boomed by the MCU. I mean, that is accurate. I've seen a lot of people complaining about blah 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 Fortnitification of Magic, but then there's a lot of people who love Marvel stuff, and they're just like, "Fuck yeah, this set rips." That's just how every University Bound set goes nowadays. There are people that'll just complain, and then there are people that love the Universes Beyond IP that's being represented. Asmo. Alright. This hand's a little bit ass. But it's good enough. Just cast spells on curve, usually pretty good. When you adapt Marvel comics, when you adapt a lot of media, Marvel especially, I think, but like a lot of the media is very legendary heavy, just because there are a lot of named characters, not a lot of just like background things that exist. Oh shit, they got the turn 1 Asmo, that's pretty good. We can Solitude it on turn 3 at least. They've declined to use Asmara's ability. Sick. I assume that means that they have it in hand, but no! They actually had the turn 1. There are like 2 or 3 cards that actually enable the turn 1. A bit unlucky, huh? How do I want to do this? Loki, I kind of want to play just like Stoneforge for formal wear. Maybe just Cloud for formal wear is better. Cloud for Clamp, encourage them to kill it. Stoneforge for formal wear after. Yeah, the hero villain stuff is really weird. I had an amusing thread on Blue Sky about it of like specifically the like Mjolnir can't equip to villains, but villains are only a card type that has existed for like this set and Spider-Man. So it's just like, okay, well, Sauron is worthy to hold Mjolnir, Nico Bolas, Elish Norn, because these cards aren't explicitly laid out as villains. It's just very funny flavor-wise. I'll just put Cloud. I don't know. Mjolnir card's good. I think it's probably playable in like red white D&T specifically, just like Stoneforgeable Pyroclasm. Tell that to a D&T player from 2016 that you like want to actively be Stoneforging for Pyroclasm in your Death and Taxes deck in 2026. Nico Bolas did nothing wrong. I think I'll just get Clamp. It's like really broken. I don't think they'll errata. I don't think they'll do like a mass errata and put villain on like every bad guy in Magic, but maybe. I wanted to block that like a little bit, especially because they didn't play their land first. So if they had like a Bolt to blow me out, we just draw a card. I think yeah, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna recruit for Solitude here. They didn't even play their thing. Maybe they're just holding up like a removal spell instead, like an Upbraid or something for my Skull Clamp. If we draw land, I might just, get in them if I have the board. Let's just go get Solitude. Seems pretty good. I have a Skull Clamp in my hand to recoup card advantage for a removal spell. What do you got? Catch you later. Probably just Disruptor Flute on Skull Clamp. If they Disruptor Flute, Solitude, how sad am I? Not very. I'll let them do it if they really want to. And they're almost assuredly just naming a Skull Clamp. They just wanted me to waste a mana casting it. Oh, they do name Solitude, sure. I'll pay 3 mana to negate your Disruptor Flute. I'm not in a rush to kill this. They don't have any food tokens yet. Maybe we get like Furied here. We do like Stoneforge for Formal Wear, and we're still pretty okay. Sick. More cards to draw. It is vaguely awful to cast a Skrelv into my board of having 3 toughness, but like if they had Fury or Pyrokinesis, they would have just fucking cast it. My opponent's mana like really fucked, or so they can like recast the Asmo by discarding a card and making the second food token, but then it costs 3 mana. I just don't really care that much. I'll pitch the Lion Sash. They want to spend like their whole turn killing my Skrelv with the Underworld Cookbook or something. Discarding another high quality card like Fable the Mirror Breaker. And if they don't cast Asmo specifically this turn, then we get to like Dranith them. Or just get in them. Ooh. A hasty Asmo. Are these like mono red Asmo? Or do they just have like the worst draw in the world? Wow. Wait, did they actually haste this? No. Kill my Skrelv. Target creature. Yeah, so I can counter this with Skrelv. Kind of just want to Armageddon them a little bit. But I would slowly lose my board state. It'd take me a while to rebuild. I'm gonna draw to 9 cards, play land down to 8 cards. Yeah, that's fine. Do you have like food tokens plus bolt? Dope. I'm at 12 life. Maybe I was about to like equip Hand of Vecna, but that's maybe a little bit inadvisable, huh? I should actually start thinking about like blocking and stuff. And just chump block with Recruiter, get it back with Formal Warrior if we really want to. Feel pretty safe here. You got it, boss. Does feel like they are just playing Mono Red Asmo. Plus, obviously, you can just play Street Wraith for free as an Asmo activator. But yeah, my only concern is like not dying to a bunch of. Nope, there's a Badlands. Yeah, you got it. Nothing left your graveyard this turn, so that's fine. Absolutely don't want to Ghost Vacuum. But I am worried about this with like an activator. I'm gonna start getting hit for a lot here. I guess I could just kill it, huh? That probably solves all my problems. Just removal spell the Gao. Yeah, fuck it. Hit it for 1. I'm not activating this thing at 9 life, I don't think. They have 1 card in hand. I don't think I'm really protecting my gigantic creatures. You got it, boss. Oh, big. So many food tokens. Oh wait, no it isn't. JK. Yeah, fuck it. This probably kills them eventually, right? Nice. Sack my food, gain 3 life. You got it, boss. That was yeah. They had to take the draw step first. Really see if they could find the out there. Yeah, that's kind of how Asmo matches generally go in my experience. If they don't have like exactly Asmo plus like the cards that refill their hand, it just like doesn't do a ton. Just kind of a 3/3. Yeah, it's good. Keep. They probably have turn 2 Asmo. I imagine that's like very, very consistent. 1 mana cycler plus cast Asmo. Then we probably just flute cookbook. Yep. Low key with a giver of runes in play. Maybe we don't even flute the cookbook. We don't care about the first food anyway. Maybe we just play Cloud. We have City of Traders. Maybe we just like Cloud Jite with protection up. Yep. Sure. Maybe they have like Bolt. Because pretty crazy. Oh, okay. Ancient Ravager. Guess that one. Am I supposed to play around Pyrokinesis? Or do I just like let everything die? And just kill all their shit? Yeah, I mean they can like recast the Asmo and shoot the cloud after this or something, but maybe I'm not even supposed to ping this. Maybe I'm just supposed to keep 3 counters on it to protect my cloud from getting hit by Asmo activation, but it's late and I feel it's just like we're in garbage time. Cloud dies, we extraction specialist it back. Go get Skull Clan. Yeah, sure, who cares? Discard a card, play 3 mana Asmo. Maybe we flute the Asmo then? And then play Specialist? Skull Clamp? Maybe just Formal Wear, honestly? Yeah. Sure. No attacks. Yep, block, sure. We get GD counters, Cloud's back online, we have Formal Wear for Extraction Specialist if we really want. Life's good. Opponent's in the fucking dirt. Opponent still has yet to show us a black card. They might genuinely just be playing mono red Asmo, but then why the Badlands? Just to hard cast your black cyclers in a pinch sometimes, maybe? That's not bad. Probably not good enough. Ooh, Fiery Temper, last card. And you get to draw a card. It's pretty good. I think I'm gonna get Cloud and then Masterwork, Formal Wear, Extraction Specialist for then Grab Giver, so Cloud has the ability to attack. Pretty good rebuild. We have Skrelv activation up as well. We can kill that Reflection if we really want to. Alright. Trigger Monument twice. Draw another card. Make a treasure token. I don't think you wanted to do that this turn, but okay. You can make me lose 3 life, I guess, but you'd lose out on your ability to continue to trigger Monument. I mean, maybe if you just keep looting into more cyclers, but it feels like kind of a waste. I don't know. They're just kind of super dead. Every conceivable way. Yeah, sure. 1 damage to Cloud, okay. Protect the Giver. You didn't even... I guess you can't wait until my turn to cycle a card, because you might not draw a red card, and also then the Giver's online. Yeah, we did it. Alright, we absolutely murdered our opponent, thank God. We did in fact get there. A little low energy to end the stream, but we had a long queue time, and then kind of a match where we just... Most of the match was garbage time. We were just, like, pretty safely in the driver's seat the whole time, but... Solid 4-1. Pretty happy. Deck's still very good. Pretty decisive wins. Pretty soul-crushing loss, but, you know, I think that matchup's pretty good, so happy with that result nonetheless. But that's going to be it for tonight's stream. Hope you all had a good time. Find someone to raid. I'll be back next week with some more Duel Commander, doing something. Maybe jumping back and forth between, like, Quint and Cloud. We'll see what the vibes are. 'Cause I certainly don't know yet, but... Send you all off to watch some more MTGO. Looks like Modern. All right. That is going to wrap it up for me. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope you had a good time. We'll be back with more Duel Commander content next week and some Legacy content further into the future somewhere. Maybe after the bans that are probably happening at the end of the month. We'll see, but that's going to be all for me. Catch you guys next week.